What if one simple ingredient sitting in your kitchen right now could quietly change the way your morning water works for you? Not overnight, not like magic, but in a real, meaningful way that so many people over 60 overlook completely. Here's something interesting. Millions of people drink a glass of water first thing in the morning. It's one of the most common health habits out there. But there's a small addition, something most people already have in their pantry, that may make that morning glass of water do a little more for your body. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it is, how it may help, and just as importantly, how it won't. Stick with me, because we're also going to talk about the mistakes so many people make when they try something like this. The difference between what's actually backed by research and what's just internet noise, and some real lifestyle habits that matter far more than any single ingredient ever could. I'm Alan Mercer, an AI-generated educational presenter created to explain evidence-informed health information in a simple and accessible way. I'm not a real physician, and this content is for educational purposes only. Let's start with something that doesn't get talked about enough: hydration. When we're younger, our bodies are pretty good at reminding us to drink water. We feel thirsty, we drink, and that's usually enough to keep things running smoothly. But something changes as we get older. Research has shown that the body's thirst signal tends to become less sharp with age. That doesn't mean older adults don't need water. It means the body sometimes forgets to ask for it. This matters more than people realize. Mild dehydration can affect energy levels, concentration, and even mood. It can make digestion sluggish. It can affect how muscles function, which matters a lot when it comes to staying steady on your feet and maintaining strength. It can also put extra strain on the kidneys, which are responsible for filtering waste from the blood and depend on adequate fluid to do that job well. So when we talk about a morning hydration habit, we're not just talking about quenching thirst. We're talking about supporting digestion, energy, muscle function, and overall wellness, all at once, starting first thing in the day. Now here's where our ingredient comes in. The ingredient we're talking about today is chia seeds. Yes, those small seeds you may have seen sprinkled on yogurt or blended into smoothies. Chia seeds have actually been studied for their fiber content and their unique ability to absorb liquid. And that combination is exactly why they're worth talking about when it comes to your morning water. Let's be clear about something right away. Chia seeds are not a fat-burning secret. They will not melt belly fat. Nothing you drink or eat does that on its own. What chia seeds may do is support a few specific things, and it's worth understanding exactly what those are, because that's where the real value is. First, fiber. Chia seeds are rich in soluble fiber. When mixed with water, that fiber forms a gel-like consistency. This is actually something you can see with your own eyes if you try it. Leave a spoonful of chia seeds in a glass of water for about 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll notice the texture change as the seeds swell and soften. That fiber matters for a few reasons. Soluble fiber has been associated with supporting healthy digestion and regular bowel movements, which can become more of a concern for some people as they age. It may also contribute to a feeling of fullness, which is why some people include chia seeds as part of a broader approach to mindful eating, not as a replacement for meals, but as a small addition alongside a balanced diet. Second, hydration itself. Because chia seeds absorb a significant amount of liquid, drinking them in water can be a simple way to make sure you're getting fluid intake in, especially for people who sometimes forget to drink enough throughout the day. Now, who might benefit from this? Generally speaking, healthy adults who are looking for an easy way to add fiber and support their hydration routine may find chia seeds to be a simple, low-effort addition. They're widely considered safe for most people when consumed in reasonable amounts. Who should be cautious? People with swallowing difficulties should be especially careful, because chia seeds can expand and, if not consumed with enough liquid, could potentially create a choking risk. This is a real concern that deserves attention, particularly for older adults who may already experience some difficulty swallowing. Always make sure chia seeds are well hydrated, meaning fully soaked in liquid, before consuming them, and never eat them dry followed by water. People taking blood-thinning medications or those with digestive conditions such as diverticulitis should talk to their doctor before adding chia seeds to their routine, since fiber intake and any dietary change can interact with certain conditions and medications. As for the right amount, most guidance suggests starting small. About 1 to 2 teaspoons mixed into a full glass of water is a reasonable starting point, not a heaping tablespoon. Give the seeds time to expand, at least 10 minutes before drinking. Some people prefer to let the mixture sit overnight in the refrigerator so it's ready to go in the morning. As for timing, morning is a popular choice simply because it fits naturally into a hydration routine many people already have, first thing after waking up. But there's nothing magical about that specific time. What matters more is consistency, not the exact hour on the clock. Now let's talk honestly about the science, because this is where a lot of health content online gets things wrong. Here's what current research does suggest. Chia seeds are a genuine source of soluble and insoluble fiber. Fiber, as a category, has been associated in research with supporting digestive health and with contributing to feelings of fullness after eating. Chia seeds also contain small amounts of minerals like calcium and magnesium, along with plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. Here's what the research does not prove. It does not prove that chia seeds burn belly fat. It does not prove that mixing them into water will lead to significant weight loss on their own. It does not prove that they detoxify your body, because your liver and kidneys already handle that job quite well without help from any specific food. And it does not prove that chia water is somehow superior to getting fiber from a varied diet that includes vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. This is the difference between evidence and internet myth. Evidence says fiber and hydration matter, and chia seeds are one reasonable source of both. Myth says one drink transforms your body overnight. The truth, as usual, sits in the more modest, more honest middle ground. And that's exactly the message this video wants to leave you with. Small, consistent habits, supported by real evidence, tend to matter more than dramatic promises ever could. Let's move into some common mistakes people make when they try adding something like chia seeds to their water routine. Mistake number 1, using too much, too soon. Piling in several tablespoons on day 1 can lead to digestive discomfort, especially if your body isn't used to that much added fiber. Mistake number 2, not drinking enough water alongside the seeds. Fiber needs fluid to do its job properly. Without enough water, increasing fiber intake can actually make digestion feel worse, not better. Mistake number 3, adding sugar, honey, or flavored syrups to make the water taste better, then wondering why the results don't match expectations. Sugary additions can undo a lot of the benefit you were hoping to gain. Mistake number 4, replacing meals with chia water. This is not a meal replacement. It's a small addition to an already balanced diet, not a substitute for real food. Mistake number 5, expecting overnight belly fat loss. As we've said, no single ingredient does this. Expecting dramatic, fast results from one small habit usually leads to disappointment and giving up too soon. Mistake number 6, ignoring the rest of the diet. If the rest of your meals are high in processed food and added sugar, 1 glass of chia water in the morning isn't going to outweigh that. Mistake number 7, forgetting hydration throughout the rest of the day. 1 glass in the morning is a nice habit, but staying hydrated is something that matters all day long. Mistake number 8, taking chia seeds without checking on medication interactions, especially blood thinners or medications affecting blood sugar, without first talking to a doctor. Mistake number 9, not soaking the seeds long enough before drinking, which can affect both texture and how comfortably your body processes them. Mistake number 10, assuming more is always better. With fiber, moderation, and consistency tend to serve people far better than large amounts consumed all at once. Now, let's go through some myths and facts, because this is often where confusion creeps in. Myth: chia water melts belly fat directly. Fact: it does not directly burn fat. However, replacing sugary drinks with a simple fiber and water combination may support healthier daily habits over time. Myth: chia seeds detoxify your body. Fact: your liver and kidneys are already responsible for filtering and processing waste. No food or drink is required to detoxify a healthy body. Myth: more chia seeds means faster results. Fact: excess amounts can actually cause digestive discomfort. Moderate, consistent use tends to be more comfortable and more sustainable. Myth: chia water is a meal replacement. Fact: It's a small addition to a diet, not a substitute for balanced meals containing protein, vegetables, and other nutrients. Myth: everyone should be taking chia seeds daily, no matter what. Fact: people with swallowing difficulties, certain digestive conditions, or those on specific medications should speak with a healthcare provider first, since this isn't automatically appropriate for every single person. Now, I want to share a few stories with you. These stories are fictional, but represent situations many older adults experience. The first story. Margaret is 68 years old and has always struggled to remember to drink enough water throughout the day. Her daughter suggested she try adding a spoonful of chia seeds to her morning glass of water, letting it sit while she got ready. Margaret found that this simple routine gave her something to look forward to each morning, and over a few weeks, she noticed she felt a bit more regular with her digestion. She didn't lose dramatic amounts of weight, and she never expected to. What she gained was a small, steady habit that fit naturally into her morning. The second story. Robert is 72 and takes blood-thinning medication for a heart condition. He heard about chia seeds from a video online and was ready to start using them daily. Before doing so, he brought it up with his doctor at his next appointment. His doctor explained that while chia seeds are generally considered safe for many people, it was worth monitoring given his specific medication, and they discussed a reasonable, cautious approach together. Robert's story is a reminder that checking with a healthcare provider first is always a wise step, especially when medications are involved. The third story. Dorothy is 65 and was hoping a morning drink might help her finally lose the weight she'd been struggling with for years. She tried chia water expecting quick results and felt discouraged after 2 weeks when the scale hadn't moved much. When she spoke with a nutritionist, she learned that sustainable weight management usually comes from a combination of diet, physical activity, sleep, and consistency, not any single ingredient. She adjusted her expectations, kept the habit as part of a broader lifestyle change, and found that a more balanced, patient approach felt far less discouraging over time. These stories highlight something important. Small habits can be genuinely valuable, but only when paired with realistic expectations and a broader picture of healthy living. Speaking of that broader picture, let's talk about lifestyle habits that matter, because no single drink, seed, or supplement replaces these fundamentals. Walking regularly, even at a comfortable pace, supports cardiovascular health, joint mobility, and mood. Many health organizations suggest aiming for consistent movement throughout the week, in whatever form feels sustainable for your body. Resistance exercise, even light strength training with bands or light weights, helps maintain muscle mass, which naturally tends to decline with age. Maintaining strength supports balance, independence, and everyday function. Protein intake matters too. Adequate protein throughout the day supports muscle maintenance and repair, something that becomes increasingly important as we get older. Sleep quality plays a bigger role in overall health than many people realize. Poor sleep has been associated with a wide range of issues, from mood to metabolism to immune function. Hydration, as we've discussed, supports nearly every system in the body, from digestion to kidney function to energy levels. Vegetables and fiber-rich foods beyond just chia seeds, things like leafy greens, beans, and whole grains, provide a broader range of nutrients that no single ingredient can replicate on its own. The honest truth is this: no single drink replaces the combined effect of movement, balanced nutrition, good sleep, and proper hydration. Chia water can be one small, reasonable piece of a much bigger picture, but it was never meant to be the whole picture. Now, let's talk about when it's time to consult a healthcare professional, because this matters. If you have diabetes, any change in fiber intake can affect blood sugar levels, so it's worth discussing with your doctor before making dietary adjustments. If you have kidney disease, your fluid and mineral intake may need to be carefully managed, and adding any new supplement or ingredient should be reviewed with your care team first. If you have heart failure or any condition involving fluid restrictions, increasing your water intake without medical guidance could be inappropriate for your specific situation. If you're on any medication, particularly blood thinners or medications that affect blood sugar or digestion, it's worth checking for potential interactions before adding chia seeds or any new supplement to your routine. I want to be clear, I'm not diagnosing anyone or telling you what your specific situation requires. Only your doctor, who knows your full medical history, can give you guidance that's actually tailored to you. Let's bring this all together. Hydration becomes more important, not less, as we get older, partly because our body's thirst signals naturally become less sharp with age. Chia seeds are one reasonable, evidence-supported addition to a morning water routine, offering fiber and helping support hydration, but they are not a fat-burning secret and were never meant to be one. The real value here comes from moderation, consistency, and realistic expectations. Start small, stay hydrated throughout the day, and remember that no single ingredient replaces the fundamentals of a healthy lifestyle: movement, balanced nutrition, good sleep, and regular hydration. This ingredient supports healthy habits. It is not a miracle cure, and anyone promising you otherwise isn't being fully honest with you. So here's a question for you. What do you usually add to your morning water? Do you have a habit that's worked well for you? Let us know in the comments. I'd genuinely love to hear about it. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a like, subscribing for more evidence-informed health content, and sharing it with someone who might benefit from it too. Always consult your physician or another qualified healthcare professional before making decisions about your health.